Yo, what up, everyone? This is Brian Bracamontes, also known as Teleco 760. Subscribe to or follow my YouTube channel, Twitch channel, and Instagram.
Alright, let's go to bed now.
to attack.
Kill 3. Sweet, I did pretty good. The fuck? There we go. Oh, wait a minute. Had the volume up, that's why it was kind of echoing.
Attention to the designated grid square. is winning.
Fuck. Did I injure it? Injure it. Damage it.
Winning.
How did I miss? What?
More pressure on the enemy. They're winning.
Oh my god, he became passive. Ah, he got me.
The enemy has proven stronger. Withdraw.
Fuck, man, these guys suck. I suck at destroying air trucks, but I wasn't going for them.
after me! Move after me!
Or not, not yet. Now we Number 8. We did really good then, because I got 3 kills. Let's see. Got a lot of kill assists, kills, and I should probably go over some of the history of some of these vehicles. Let's start with the very first one that we got information. So let's see how. The P-26A-34M2. Battle rating AB, realistic battles 1, and simulator 1, 3. Class fighter rank 1. Description. I probably read this when I first started playing, but the P-26A-34M2 P shooter is a rank 1 American fighter with a battle rating of 1 and 1.3 simulator battles. It has been in the game since the start of the open beta test prior to update 1-27. The P-26A-34M2 P shooter is a reserve fighter for the American Aviation tree. Americans are known to use the boom and zoom tactic, and most people recommend to use that same tactic for this plane. The P-26A 34M2 pea shooter armament differs from the other American reserve planes in that it carries a single 12.7 millimeter M2 Browning machine gun with 200 rounds in the place of one of the 762 millimeter machine guns. This is the same setup as the P-36A and the F3F-2. The 12.7mm is more powerful, takes longer to overheat, and has a longer reload time, and has a slightly lower rate of fire than the 762. General info: max of 377 kilometers an hour at maximum height. It reaches max speed at 2286 meters. Engine: Pratt & Whitney R1340-33 type radio. Cooling system: air. Take-off weight 2 tons. I think that's what the T stands for, tons. Max altitude 8500 meters. This plane is pretty maneuverable due to its small wings, and when you add 2 100-pound bombs, it does not affect the maneuverability that much at all. The speed, however, is pretty average for its rank, so you won't be breaking any speed records, but it is enough to survive long enough to get a few kills. That's nice to know. I should put the loadout, the bombing loadout on that one whenever I use it. Okay, characteristics. Okay. Details: combat flaps, takeoff flaps, landing, air brakes. None. Limits: optimal velocities, blah blah blah. The P-26 is a typical mid-1930s design, and just like the contemporaries, other reserve fighters, does not have the pilot armor, but it is upgraded with self-sealing fuel tanks. Pilot engine and fuel is centrally located, but its simple design, no flaps, and retractable gear has less than could be damaged. Although a monoplane, its speed is average to other reserves, and do not dare turn from it. One major advantage is excellent visibility to easily spot threats in SP battles, modifications, and economy. Okay, so here's the repair cost: free, crew training free, experts 1000, aces 10 gold, research aces 80,000. Total cost of modifications 36,000 of this, 160. Talisman costs 80. I don't know what talismans do. Reward for battle. Weaponry. Armaments. Weapon 1 and 2. Ammunition 200. The second one is 500 rounds. Fire rate 750 shots a minute. 1000 shots a minute. The P-26-34 is armed with one of these and one of those. P-26A-34 M2 can be outfitted with the following ordnance: without load, 2 100 pound bombs, 200 pounds total. Usage in battles. Generally do well, and the P-26 never ever turn flight, as it is a huge turning radius compared to other reserves. Ideally practice boom and zoom tactics, that is, climb above, dive in, attack, climb up again for a new attack. Also use the stealth ammunition belt. It is the hardest hitting belt for this aircraft and targets. Will not see where you are, giving you another second or two advantage. Yes, stealth is harder to use, but it's worth it. While mediocre at best reserve fighter, it is a very good ground attacker carrying 2 bombs, and effective against even some rank 3 tanks and rank 2 ships. Big plus to the P-26 variant is a 50 cal M2 upgrade machine gun with 2.5 times the penetration power, making it deadlier to targets. Don't forget it will be on separate trigger. Qualify the crew to expert. It is very cheap, 1000 SL. And put crew XP to pilot with vitality, resist injury, and weapon maintenance. Good to take and give damage. Study your opponents. This is critical on how to counter them, as there is no single way to counter all targets. The Japanese Ki-10 and Soviet I-15 are the aircraft's greatest threats. If they get on your 6, evade like crazy and hope they overshoot, never turn. Teammates are also very helpful. Bombs with 0.5 delay could work. Others like the German HE-51, you could outrun them, but do not turn. With higher BR units, you may be just able to outmaneuver. Sorry. But the best is constantly scan the sky for threats. Other rank 1 aircraft vary in threat level besides fighters. Attacking bombers is a viable option. However, be mindful of this defensive turrets, as there are a few 12.7mm machine guns and 20mm cannons out there. Manual engine control. Okay, whatever. Pros. Decently fast for its rank, has a good armament thanks to the use of 50 cal machine gun. It is a monoplane reserve plane. Turning is okay. The cons, not as maneuverable as other fighters at its rank, slower than some late biplanes. It has no armor, poor dive characteristics, poor energy retention, slightly worse climb rate than most reserve aircraft. Alright, let's look at the history behind it. The Boeing P-26P shooter was a plane both ahead of its time and quickly made obsolete. First flown in 1932, the P-26 is the oldest plane in the game. It was one of the first all-metal monoplanes adopted into the military service. In 1933, in comparison with HE-51 and Ki-10 entered service in 1935, making it one of the fastest fighters in the world at the time, but it suffered from poor flight performance and dangerous landing characteristics. However, as new fighters entered service around the world, the P-26 advantages diminished and its disadvantages became vulnerabilities. By the time World War II, P-26 was hopelessly obsolete. P-26 saw of its combat serving in Chinese Nationalist Air Force during the Second Sino-Japanese War against Japanese Ki-10s and notably A-5Ms. In some of the first all-metal monoplane dogfights, although it performed admirably in the pursuit, Seoul bomber interception in air-to-air combat with Japanese fighters, deficiencies of the model showed. In U.S. service, the P-26 had a similar record during the Japanese invasion of the Philippines. The P-26's score only had a handful of air-to-air kills against Japanese attackers. On December 24, 1941, their crews burnt the remaining planes to prevent their capture. Of 151 built, only 9 airworthy P-26 remained on Christmas 1941. A single squadron defending the Panama Canal Zone, which was removed from service shortly after. In-game description. Many problems were revealed when the P-26's operation began due to its narrow landing gear, tread, and landing speed. Too fast for its time, the aircraft was prone to nose over. When this happened, the pilots often lost their lives, although the planes themselves were not seriously damaged. As a result, the fuselage spine fairing was redesigned. Its height was increased by 20 centimeters, and the reinforced structure could endure a load of more than 12 tons if hit. 29th production P-26A was the first to obtain its enlarged fuselage spine fairing, and the planes already produced were modified directly on the front lines. New wing flaps allowed the aircraft's landing speed to be reduced. The plane was also equipped in the event of an emergency landing on water, with two inflatable sacks occupying the containers in the wing roots. Beginning at the 26th production aircraft, this equipment became standard for the P-26A. But it was not installed on the aircraft already produced. There is no documented evidence that this system was ever used for its intended purpose, but one aircraft crashed after the RAF kit opened spontaneously during flight. P-26As produced later had reinforced armament. One synchronous 7.62mm Browning M1 machine gun to the left of the fuselage, and one synchronous large caliber 12.7mm Browning M2.5 machine gun to the right. The magazine capacity of the large cal machine gun was 200 rounds. A combined total of 111 machines of the P-26A variant were produced. The 20th Fighter Group was the first in the USAAC to be armed with pea shooters. It was followed by two more, the 1st Fighter Group based in Selfridge, Michigan, and the 17th Fighter Group at March Air Force Base, California. At various times, P-26s were operated in 22 USAAC fighter squadrons. Pea shooters were flown by many pilots who later occupied high positions in the U.S. Air Force. And then in the U.S. Air Force in USAAF, and then in the USAF included Henry Harley, Hap Arnold, future Commander-in-Chief of the USAF media. Okay. You guys could click on that. See also related. Alright. What is this? Categories: Aviation, U.S. Aircraft. What is this? Wiki WarThunder.com. Alright. Sweet. War Thunder Wiki. You could read all about this stuff. So here's the old ass picture. Here's that. Here's the 360 thing. That's cool. Anyways, let's exit and exit this. How do I exit this? Shift tab. Alright, let's go back to battle. Some other day we'll just continue off reading down the line. Like this one, all that stuff. I wonder if it goes by years. Does it say what years? Nope. Whatever. Let's go to battle. Enough of learning. Alright, I'm download the 8th one. After this one, I'm gonna stop this stream. I'll probably put another hour or so, but I got work to. Alright, let's do this.
We've captured the airfield. We must not let the enemy recapture it. We've captured most of the strategic zones. The enemy has captured the airfield. We've got to act fast.
Oh, this one flies so fast. What the fuck is that?
We're winning!
Oh my god, I almost fucking. Oh, that was so close.
We're controlling most of the zones. Here, hit the truck.
Did I kill anything? Yeah, just targets destroyed. Woo! Let's see. Nothing reached its max yet. Alright. Let's go to hangar. Alright, that's the stream.